deterrence, and support that are intended to be achieved by September 30, 2024. Sec. 1604. Extension and modification of Council on Oversight of the Department of Defense Positioning, Navigation, and Timing Enterprise. Section 2279B of Title 10, United States Code, is amended, 1, in subsection D, 2A, by redesignating subparagraphs D and E as subparagraphs E and F, respectively, and B, by inserting after subparagraph C the following new subparagraph D. Alternative methods to perform position navigation and timing, and 2, in subsection H, by striking National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2016 foot and inserting National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2022. Sec. 1605. Improvements to Tactically Responsive Space Launch Program. Section 1609 of the William M. Mac. Thornberry National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021, Public Law 116-283, 134 Stat. 4048 is amended, 1, by striking the Secretary and inserting A. Program, the Secretary, and 2, by adding at the end the following new subsection B. Support 1 elements. The Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Director of National Intelligence, shall support the Tactically Responsive Launch Program under subsection A during the period covered by the future year's defense program submitted to Congress under Section 221 of Title 10, United States Code, in 2022 to ensure that the program addresses the following: A. The ability to rapidly place on-orbit systems to respond to urgent needs of the commanders of the combatant commands or to reconstitute space assets and capabilities to support national security priorities if such assets and capabilities are degraded, attacked, or otherwise impaired, including such assets and capabilities relating to protected communications and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. B. The entire launch process, including with respect to launch services, satellite bus and payload availability, and operations and sustainment on orbit. 2. Plan as a part of the defense budget materials, as defined in Section 239 of Title 10, United States Code, for fiscal year 2023, the Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Director of National Intelligence, shall submit to Congress a plan for the Tactically Responsive Launch Program to address the elements under paragraph 1. Such plan shall include the following: A. Lessons learned from the Space Safari Tactically Responsive Launch 2 mission of the Space Systems Command of the Space Force, and how to incorporate such lessons into future efforts regarding tactically responsive launches. B. How to achieve responsive acquisition timelines within the Adaptive Acquisition Framework for Space Acquisition pursuant to Section 807. C. plans to address supply chain issues and leverage commercial capabilities to support future reconstitution and urgent space requirements, leveraging the tactically responsive launch program under subsection A. Sec. 1606. Clarification of domestic services and capabilities in leveraging commercial satellite remote sensing. Section 1612, c. of the William M. Mac. Thornberry National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021, Public Law 116-283, 10 U.S.C. 441 note, is amended, 1. by redesignating paragraph 4 as paragraph 5, and 2. by inserting after paragraph 3 the following new paragraph 4. The term domestic includes, with respect to commercial capabilities or services covered by this section, capabilities or services provided by companies that operate in the United States and have active mitigation agreements pursuant to the National Industrial Security Program, unless the Director of the National Reconnaissance Office or the Director of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency submits to the appropriate congressional committees a written determination that excluding such companies is warranted on the basis of national security or strategic policy needs. Sec. 1607. Programs of record of Space Force and commercial capabilities. A. Service Acquisition Executive for Space Systems and Programs. Section 957, c. of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2020, Public Law 116-92. 10 U.S.C. 9016 note, is amended by adding at the end the following new paragraph. 5. Programs of record and commercial capabilities. Prior to establishing a program of record, the Service Acquisition Executive for Space Systems and Programs shall determine whether existing or planned commercially available capabilities could meet all or a portion of the requirements for that proposed program. Not later than 30 days after the date on which the Service Acquisition Executive makes such a positive determination, the Service Acquisition Executive shall submit to the Congressional Defense Committees a notification of the results of the determination. B. Limitation 1. In general. Except as provided by paragraph 2, the Secretary of Defense may not rely solely on the use of commercial satellite services and associated systems to carry out operational requirements, including command and control requirements, targeting requirements, or other requirements that are necessary to execute strategic and tactical operations. 2. Mitigation measures. The Secretary may rely solely on the use of commercial satellite services and associated systems to carry out an operational requirement described in paragraph 1, if the Secretary has taken measures to mitigate the vulnerability of any such requirement. C. Briefings 1. Requirement. Not less frequently than quarterly through fiscal year 2025, The Secretary shall provide to the Congressional Defense Committees a briefing on the use and extent of the reliance of the Department of Defense on commercial satellite services and associated systems to provide capability and additional capacity across the department. 2. Elements. Each briefing under paragraph 1 shall include the following for the preceding quarter: a summary of commercial data and services used to fulfill requirements of the department or to augment the systems and capabilities of the department. B. An assessment of any reliance on, and the resulting vulnerabilities of, such data and services. C. An analysis of potential measures to mitigate such vulnerabilities. D. A description of mitigation measures taken by the Secretary under subsection B. 2. D. Study. The Secretary of the Air Force shall seek to enter into an agreement with a federally funded research and development center that is not closely affiliated with the Air Force or the Space Force to conduct a study on 1. The extent of commercial support of, and integration into, the space operations of the armed forces, and 2. Measures to ensure that such operations, particularly operations that are mission critical, continue to be carried out in the most effective manner possible during a time of conflict. Sec. 1608. Extension and modification of certifications regarding integrated tactical warning and attack assessment mission of the Air Force. Section 1666 of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2017, Public Law 114-328, 113 Stat 2617, as amended by Section 1604 of the William M. Mack, Thornberry National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021, Public Law 116-283, is further amended, 1. In the section heading, by striking the Air Force and inserting the Department of the Air Force, 2. In subsection A, in the matter preceding paragraph 1I. By striking each year thereafter through 2020 and inserting each year thereafter through 2026, and 2. By inserting, in consultation with the Commander of the United States Strategic Command and the Commander of the United States Northern Command, after the Commander of the United States Space Command, b. In paragraph 1I. By striking the Air Force is and inserting the Department of the Air Force is, and 2. By inserting and the Space Force after to the Air Force. And c. In paragraph 2, by striking the Air Force and inserting the Department of the Air Force, and 3. In subsection b. A. By inserting of the United States Space Command after Commander, b. By striking System of the Air Force and inserting System of the Department of the Air Force, c. By striking Command of the Air Force and inserting Command of the Department of the Air Force, and d. By striking aspects of the Air Force and inserting aspects of the Department of the Air Force. Sec. 1609. Classification Review of Programs of the